Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Shemiel Ashai, Bahashim Kwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them. It's hearts is truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out push to the word. Truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the aqua that listen and learning, being a pillar of rest. To the 144,000 and one third, the hopeful elect of Israel, of the brother Yahshua. And, just a heads up, friendly, daily heads up of what we're doing and where we're at. Okay. What are we doing? We're watching and we're waiting patiently for the Most High to make his move and destroy the kingdom of Esau. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting for this devil to pull a fast one, right? He's got to do something to get this thing, kick it off properly, like a shut the lights down or a new pandemic, or so we're waiting. He's got everything set up, and everybody is waiting with bated breath. So let's just go through it. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah. Wait for what? Until the day that I rise up to the prey. So the Most High is about to rise up to the prey, right? Who is the prey? The nations. For it is my determination, Most High is determined. My determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms, right? To pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the very next thing that we're waiting on, right? The next big thing is that fire, the fire of the Most High's jealousy, which will come in the form of thermonuclear fire. And the question is, what is going to happen between now and the moment that those missiles strike, causing the thermonuclear fire spoken of right here? What happens between now and then? What are we to be doing? All right. Here's the instruction: wait ye upon me. Okay. Wait for what? We're waiting for those missiles to drop. What happens in between that time? Well, we have instructions to follow. Here they are. 2 Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So we are to be measuring the time between now and when the missiles detonate, right? D-Day, D moment, if you will. And we're supposed to be warning the people, okay, all the way up until the time that we're pulled off the job, which is the famine of the word, which falls in between. The famine of the word, Jacob's trouble, all hitting at the same time. Now, midway before the bombs hit, detonate. Okay, that's part of the measurement. Okay, how do we measure? He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, okay, we measure with the signs, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand. It is the very same time we're in the highest. We'll begin to visit the world which he made. So this is what we're looking for. We're measuring the time and watching, right, to see, watching for the signs. What are the signs? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Okay? Are there uproars of people in the world? Absolutely. Are there earthquakes? Everywhere, in diverse places. What else are earthquakes? Earthquakes are nuclear exchanges, tactical nukes. A tactical nuke is an earthquake. Yeah, of course it is. The great earthquake that happens in Babylon the Great will be caused with a thermonuclear explosion, if you will. Micro nukes or tactical nukes cause small earthquakes. The great earthquake spoken of in Revelation 11 will be caused by nukes. So those small earthquakes, those small tactical nukes are going to precede what? The day of the Lord. Okay? They could start using tacticals at any time. And there's still an amount of time, a measure of time before the very end, which is 200 million missiles. All right? So, anyway, this is what we are to be doing, measuring the time, right, and warning the people. Let's get that real quick. So, I mean, you have to be reminded of these things. We're coming into the Pesach, coming into the Passover, which is, hey, very heads up. Everybody's head should be on a swivel. Everybody should be have that butterfly feeling in your stomach, worried about this Passover, that you get it right, rehearsing this righteous act. Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Here's the word. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right. Watch for what? For the signs, and then go warn them. Get on your post, right? You're a watchman on the wall. You're on your post now. Get ready to send the Pony Express with the message. All right. Message of what? Earthquakes, uproars of the people. We see it. It's going down. It's almost judgment time. All right. So let's watch a little bit of this. All right. Let's watch. Just listen to the language being used. This is 2 hours ago. Canadian prepper alert. U.S. emergency deployment. NATO full nuclear drills near Russia. Putin goes off. Israel. Look at the headline. All the major players are in place. U.S., Babylon the Great, NATO, and the EU is what? The beast. Nuclear is in place. Russia is in place. Putin is in place. Israel is in place. Okay? If you understand the magnitude of just these, word alert, emergency, U.S., deployment, NATO, full nuclear drills, Russia, Putin, Israel. That's huge. All right, so just listen to the language, and no matter what he says, no matter what he lands on, whether it be nuclear war, whether it be the border crisis, whether it could be anything, it all adds up to what? The end. Only an end is come, right? We can go to Ezekiel right after this.
Breaking news, this is your World War III update. I have some special intelligence report from a source that is exceptionally well connected with high-ranking officials in the U.S. Department of Defense, as well as elements of U.S. Strategic Command. Now, before I go into details of disclosing that crucial information that I assure you you're not going to hear anywhere else, let's quickly go over the headlines today. Now, many of you probably have already heard that Vladimir Putin indeed has been re-elected as president of Russia. No surprise there. Throughout the course of the Russian election, in the last 72 hours, NATO and its Ukrainian proxies attempted to undermine and disrupt the Russian election. Of course, they failed miserably. They flew dozens of drones deep inside of Russian territory, successfully striking numerous oil and gas facilities, likely causing the price of oil to spike. However, it did not change the outcome. In fact, like most of NATO and Ukraine's harebrained schemes as of late, it backfired miserably. Vladimir Putin secured 88% of the vote. Now, was it a legitimate election? Was it a sham election? I really don't think it matters at this point. He's now secured another 6-year tenure as president of this country, and his tone has changed on a dime. As expected, the gloves have now come off. We are going to see a different Vladimir Putin from this point forward. He went from a tone that was very diplomatic and conciliatory to one that is far more assertive and almost antagonistic in terms of some of the things that he was saying. Now, openly saying that World War III is a possibility, that if NATO enters Ukraine, Russia is going to enter into a war with NATO. However, in the same breath, he said that NATO was already in Ukraine. What that means is that Russia is already at war with NATO. Now, for those of us who've been in the know for a while, we know that that is the de facto reality on the ground. But to hear him say it with so much conviction and no longer inhibited by this statesman-like persona that he had to exhibit over the last few months in particular, I think we're going to see a different type of war being prosecuted from this.
It's just huge, okay? He's taking the gloves off. Now, when you understand, okay, just what's being said, look at this guy. This guy, when you understand what the Bible says, this guy is going to take down the United States, according to the Bible. He's going to win this war. He's going to win this nuclear war against Babylon the Great, which is America, not Ukraine, okay, not Israel, not Africa, not Europe. He's taking down the United States, according to the Bible. And we are to be watching. That's all I'm going to play. All right? Watch this whole thing. All right? It's all in there. What this is, okay? You have to acknowledge what you see and be real about it. This guy is going to take down the United States with nuclear weapons, okay? And they're talking about it openly. They discuss it every day, and the question is, how close are we to that actually happening? Okay? And it tells you how we're able to see that. All right? We're measuring the time diligently, right? And how do we tell the time? With the signs. Okay? What are the signs? Well, here's the signs right here. This guy is out talking about, hey, the gloves are off now. I got my nukes are working, they're ready. Does anybody hear this? My nukes are ready. All right? Putin says, my nukes are ready. Right? My nukes are ready. If Putin is saying my nukes are ready, and you understand that the Bible says that he and Russia are going to destroy the United States with nukes, what do you not understand? What is there not to understand other than cognitive dissonance? What comes up? 2 days ago. News about nuclear weapons, Vladimir Putin and Russia. 5 days ago. President Putin says Russia is ready for a nuclear war. Russia is technically ready for nuclear war. Putin said this is 5 days ago. He didn't say this a year ago. I'm sure he did say it years ago, but 5 days ago he made a world announcement. Okay, and this is that world announcement. Russia is ready to use nuclear weapons if statehood is threatened. Is it not threatened? Is it not being threatened? Of course it is. Just like the Russian missile crisis, the United States was being threatened to the point where, hey, stop everything. Stop the world right now. You niggas got to get the fuck up off of my front doorstep. So what's going on right now? Putin says Russia is ready to use nuclear weapons if threatened. Are they not threatening him right now? Did he not say that Crimea, if you go into Crimea, are they not sending drones on Moscow right now? They're doing everything. They're being threatened as we speak. So what does this mean 5 days ago? Russia's being threatened right now. What does this mean? That means that we're very close. Okay? That ain't even Vlad right there. He looking worried, sweating. Okay? So the whole thing, if you can't see this, all right, how close are we? Right? Well, the men of the Lord, we know that the sea has to, the charagma has to be in. But after that, what? After the charagma is popping and being forced, that shit could go down at any moment. So within a year, oh yeah, they could get to the charagma, push it hard for 3 months, and that part's over. Okay? Russia is ready for nuclear war. What do we not understand? Putin says Russia is ready to use nuclear weapons if threatened. How does the world end as we know it? How does it end? Okay. What is this, 5 or 8? So long, bear with me. I got a hiccup fit going on or whatever. Ezekiel 7. It's lucky. I was looking at 5. Let's get this. So we are watching and waiting for the end. We're watching for the signs. Okay. I'm just going to read this. The hour of doom. Okay. When you see this, right, and you understand that this guy is the one who is going to determine the fate of the United. We already know that Babylon has fallen. How will it happen? Well, it happens with this guy has been tasked, right, to do what? To send missiles mainly to Babylon the Great, which is America. And he's talking about it. See, here's how close we are. We know that Russia, maybe not even Vlad, but Russia, if he goes down right now, Russia's going to hurry, right? He's probably what's taking so long because he's thinking it out. They're going to replace him with somebody who doesn't give a fuck, and they're going to do it tomorrow. Okay? Understand that, but he represents the Medes or Russia. Okay? And the scriptures say that the Most High is stirring up the Mede. What does that mean? It means to cause to be triumphant. So he's going to win, or Russia's going to win, right? Whatever king they replace him with, if they replace him, and they're going to win. How? They're going to shoot those nukes. Here he is speaking about it 4 days ago. Okay? You have to be able to you know, put that together. It's not hard. Okay? It's not hard. Scriptures tell you who's going to win. Right? The dragons of Arabia are going to win. All right? Revelation. Let's see, that's Revelation with the method. Let's get this real quick. I like that. Hour of doom. Let's see. Where does this great earthquake come from? Okay, we understand the nukes. Okay? We understand the nukes. Revelation 11 and 13. And in that hour was there a great earthquake. What's that? That's Vlad firing them missiles. And the 10th part of the city collapsed. This is talking about Babylon the Great. Where did those, how did that great earthquake, right? Wherever it was, but let's say the whole world shook, like the scriptures say, right? The earth will reel to and fro like a drunkard. That's the great earthquake. The 10th part of the city is specifically talking about Babylon the Great. So whatever made that great earthquake, a lot of it landed on the 10th part of the city. Okay? Get it? We know that. That's them nukes, right? To and fro like a drunkard, right? What caused that? Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and it shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Let's read in the NLT. The earth staggers like a drunk. It trembles like a tent in a storm. It falls and will not rise again, for the guilt of its rebellion is very heavy. All right, so that's the missiles. That's this guy who did what the Most High tasked him to do. Okay? Question is, how close are we to that? Well, let's see. News about nuclear weapons. Let's just keep your eye on Vlad. You're on the watchtower, right? Are you watching? Are you measuring? Got your ruler? You got your tape measure out? And what do you see? I see 5 days ago, this dude is like, look, nigga, I'm ready. My nukes are ready. That great earthquake, I'm ready to set it off. There's your sign right there. Okay? And everybody knows it. Okay? Very seldom. Look, 30 minutes. Okay, this dude just got he just got reelected. Technically ready for what is technically? That means I technically got shit that you don't. I technically got HIMARS. What is it? Supersonic, what do they call it? Hypersonic weapons, nigga. I'm ready. Okay? 7 days. Hey. I will nuke anyone who says I will not nuke them. This is great. 3 days ago, Putin says Kremlin is ready for nuclear war. Okay? What more do you need? When you understand, when you know what the scriptures say, okay? The scriptures say Russia, the Medes, that the Most High is stirring up, which means to put them in the mind frame of to be triumphant, okay? This guy today, I like that. This guy's bringing the shit. Vlad. Vlad is bringing it. All right. So anyway, how close are we? How close are we to the end of this thing? What happens between, right? What did that say? Okay, there's 2 hours. The hour of doom. I love that. I love it. I'm going to read this. Ezekiel 7 and 5. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Evil meaning bad time. Jacob's trouble. An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble, Jacob's trouble, is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Right? The governments are going to be done. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee. This is the Most High saying, look, here come them missiles, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. What is the Most High waiting for? It's Isaiah. And will recompense thee for all thine abominations. What was it? Not that. Not that. What was I looking for? Zephaniah. 3 and 8, right? Yeah. Where were we? So the time has come. The day of trouble is near. Okay? The time for what? And I will judge thee according to thy ways. What are we hanging out waiting around for? Okay? Judgment on Jerusalem. This is the judgment. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. The day of judgment. Okay? Gather. What is it? My determination is to gather the nations. Let's get that in Joel. I will also gather Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather the nations and bring them down in the valley of Jehoshaphat. There will I judge. Let's get that. There will I judge them, the armies of the world. Put them on trial. Okay? What are we doing? What is he using Vlad to do? He's using Vlad to bring the, just like the Most High uses Esau as a whipping stick for Jake, right? Well, right now he's using Esau, the whipping stick, on Esau, right? On some Civil War type shit, kingdom against kingdom. He's using Esau, the whipping stick, right, to come against Esau, the cuck, for that matter. So anyway, this is what we're looking at. There will I judge them. Where? The valley of Yehoshaphat. So the judgment is going down over there as well. Okay, but right here in Babylon is the great judgment. All right, it's going to be everywhere, but it's going to go down simultaneously. The big Satan, the little Satan. All right, got to clean up our land too. Joel 3 and 2 in the King James. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will judge them there. Right? Plead with them. How do you plead? Right? Put them on trial. Right? How do you plead? Let's consult the judge. Enter into judgment. Okay? Enter into judgment. All right? Well, that's what's going on. It's time for that judgment. All right? So how close are we for the judgment? Well, 5 days ago, this nigga said, I'm ready for nuclear war. All right? So now what? Now, Hezbollah, right? Didn't Hezbollah just come across the southern border of the United States? Okay. What is that? What is Hezbollah creeping across the southern border? What does that mean? Let's see. And then we'll go ahead and end it. Let's see. The Armenians, right? Look at this. Let's touch on Hezbollah, right? right here. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 33. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them. Huh? What is that? This is Babylon the Great right here. Ain't it? Ain't it? The land of the Assyrians. What's that talking about? I was talking about somebody came across the southern border. Shall the enemy, who's Hezbollah's enemy? Ask Hezbollah who is the big Satan. They're going to tell you Babylon the Great. Okay? So this is saying they're going to come across the southern border and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. So you see this? All right. What does this mean? Right? If you go right here, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand. There's Hezbollah right there, remembering their nature. There's the Arabs. What Arabs? These Arabs, the dragons of Arabia. Then shall the dragons of Arabia, the Arabs, Hezbollah, have the upper hand over there, right? And then, and from the land of the Assyrians, see these Assyrians, right? Down here, shall the enemy besiege them. Hezbollah's coming across. Hell, is not Iran, all right? All their adversaries are coming over here right now, okay? So it's crazy out here. So anyway, just how close are we, right? Here's Jacob's trouble. Everything's lined up, right? Wars are breaking out. China is ready. All right, so that's a different story. We'll get into that later. But anyway, we're very close. All right, so here comes the Pasach. And see, these devils, they have a habit, or they have a war tact that they wait for us. They wait for the Passover. They wait for the Shabbat. They wait for our high holy days to attack us. So we have to watch out. We got one coming up. Matthew 24. Let me see if I can find that. These are the type of things we have to, not be ignorant of. Here we have, everybody knows about the Passover right now, and everybody is holding their breath, which is, very good. Let's see, be ready at any hour. Let's see. I'm looking for winter. Looking for winter. Ooh. Right here. Okay. Let's start at 16. This is Matthew 24 and 16, letting you know that, see, these devils, they don't fight fair. And when you have a holiday or Sabbath day coming up, you got to watch out, because that's when they're going to try to strike. All right. So it behooves you to, during the Passover, right, even through the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you got to, stay on your watch, especially because of this, where we at. Start at 16, Matthew 24 and 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, And here's the point. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Why? Why not in the winter? It's really hard in the winter to be being a pilgrim with children, right? Pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, right? What do you mean flight? Pray that your flight, when you got to run, right? When you got to become a pilgrim and get the fuck up out of there and hoof it. So pray that it be not in, when there's snow on the ground, no, Salaki, or be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. What does that mean? Yeah, you got to, right now you got to run. Esau's attacking because he knows he's keeping track of our Sabbath day. They know that we're taking our day off, that we don't really fight unless we have to. So the wiles of the devil, all right? You got to be able to withstand those fiery darts, all right? So keep your eye single, right? Coming into the Passover, right? Vlad is threatening, so that's good enough, all right? So with that, we're going to end it. We'll come back with some more. Hopefully you were edified. Shalom.